everyone, in today's video I'm going to be doing a mixed media piece. Now this is a wooden heart, and I'm just going to use this as my base, and I'm going to be doing a lot of layers on it and a lot of mixed media. So I'm starting off by priming the entire piece and making sure that the entire piece, including the edges, are covered with gesso, and I'm using white gesso for this, and that's just so that I can apply the paint without having the paint absorb into the wood, and that just reduces you having to use too much of paint as well, and it sort of seals the wood in. So once that was gessoed, I left it to dry, and while that was drying, I've just got some chipboard that I'm just also gessoing at the moment, and I'm just basically applying a layer of gesso to the chipboard as well. And I'm adding to these chipboards, or these little gears, I'm adding some metallic silver paint just to make them have that metallic look. Now I am going to leave these to dry, and I'm going to have to do another coat for both of them before they are ready to be used, because sometimes you need multiple layers of paint just to ensure that it is completely evenly painted. So once my wooden heart is dry, I've now got some acrylic paints, and I'm just mixing a variety of different acrylic paints, and I'm using the gray first just to coat the entire heart with some gray. And it's quite dark, but we are going to lighten it up a lot. This is just the base coat for the paint. So I'm just making sure I cover the entire piece, including the edges as well. Now you can speed up drying time by using a hairdryer, or you could leave it to dry and then come back to it if you have something else to do, and then work on the project in different times when you have the time. Now I am lightening it up with some white, and I'm just creating some lighter shades of gray, and I'm using that to lighten up some of the areas on the heart. Now I'm going in with some pink, and I've got some peach and pink and white, and I'm just basically blending them all in over the gray, and I'm covering up a lot of the gray. I'm not worried if some of it shows through at the moment. We are going to do multiple layers, but this is just the first layer of color. The gray is the base layer, and then we are using the pinks, whites and some peach just to create that first layer of paint. And I'm making sure to paint the edges of the board as well. So once that's dry, I am now just going to use some texture paste. I'm going to come back afterwards and do more layers of paint, but I'm just using some texture paste or modeling paste with my stencil. This is just some writing stencil that I have, and I'm just using that and getting the stenciling onto the board on the front of it. And then I'm using, once that's thoroughly dried, make sure it's completely dry, I'm now using some acrylic paint, and I'm just painting over using some white as well as pink and some peach, and I'm just covering up and going over another layer of paint. So yeah, there I just realized I'm kept on painting on the mat, so I just used some paper towel underneath so that I can prevent missing the cutting mat with a lot of paint. So I'm just going in and painting with multiple layers of acrylic. I'm using peach, pink, and so hints of purple here and there, but mostly pink and peach and white. And I'm just trying to really cover the entire piece. I'm not too worried if there are some of the underlayers showing through. That just adds to the dimension for this piece, and it adds to the final look of the piece. So you can see I'm just adding, now I'm working on these, this is the back of the piece, and I'm just working on adding a bit more white and a bit more, lightening it up a bit more. So this is just a layering process, and I'm just layering in the colors and just making sure that it's covered entirely, and then I'm just painting in over the edges as well and covering that up as well so that it's completely covered in paint. And then I'm back on the front again, working and just adding a few bits of paint here and there. And now it's time to layer in and stick all my embellishments. So I've got these little metal embellishments as well. So I'm using a combination of a chipboard, the ones that I painted earlier on, and some metal embellishments of the butterfly and the little dragonfly, as well as the feather that I'm putting on there at the moment. And then once that's all stuck in, I use a hot glue gun to stick all of that in. Once that's stuck and dry, I now start to just add a bit more paint just to get the entire piece covered and get everything to blend in with each other and not have anything stand out. I'm painting over the metal, and certain areas I'm just wiping off the acrylic just to reveal some of that shininess of the metal and the design of the dragonfly and the feather, and basically just making sure the entire piece is completely dry. So now I'm just adding the twine to the piece just so that I have some thread holding it in case you want to hang it as a decoration. And I think that's it for the video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to like and share. Feel free to comment below and don't forget to subscribe. Till the next one. Bye.